Good morning, sir. This is Ashwita from Computer Science and Engineering Department. Today, here I am to give my CA2 assignment on topic explain selection sort with an example. Subject name Object Oriented Programming through Java. Outline of my presentation: Introduction to selection sort, how selection sort works, steps of sort, example array and their passes, and final conclusion. Introduction to selection sort. Selection sort is a simple and intuitive sorting algorithm. It works by repeatedly selecting the smallest element from the unsorted portion. That may be the smallest or largest element from the unsorted portion. This method is suitable for small data sets but is not sufficient for larger ones. How selection sort works. The algorithm divides the array into two parts, sorted and unsorted. It iteratively moves the elements from the unsorted part to the sorted part. The process continues until the entire array is sorted. Steps of selection sort. Identify the minimum element in the unsorted array. Swap it with the first unsorted element, moving it to the sorted position. Repeat this process for all elements in the array. First, let's take an example. 6, 8, 10, 15, 12, 13, 9, 22, 45, 50, and 55. These are all unsorted positions. So 6, 8, and 10 are in sorted. Mismatch start index equal is at 2 and mismatch end index is at 7. So we need to check that those two elements as array is partially sorted, but the position between the index 2 and 7 is unsorted, and sorting sub array between index 2 and 7 will make complete array sorted. Example, let's consider an example array 64, 25, 12, 22, 11. This array will be sorted using the selection sort algorithm. We will demonstrate the sorting process step by step. Let's pass. In the first pass, the minimum element is 11. Let's see we swap 11 with the first element 64. Let's see this. Start first, we should start from the first element at index 0. Find the smallest element in the rest of the array which is unsorted. And the smallest element in the array is 11. So we need to swap 11 with the current element, that is element at the index 0. So we need, after swapping those two elements, the array now looks like 11, 25, 12, 22, 64. Now 11 is in sorted. Next, let's second pass. In the second pass, the minimum element from the unsorted position is 12. Next, of 11 is sorted. Then we need to check rest of the array which is unsorted. Now, minimum element in the unsorted array. 12 is the minimum element. So we need to swap 12 with 25. So this is we swap 12 with 25, the first element of the unsorted part. And the finally array looks like 11, 12, in which 25, 22, 64. 11 and 12 are sorted. Now let's go to the third pass. Next we need to find the minimum element in the array rather than 11 and 12. Then in that 3, the minimum element is 22. So we swap 22 with 25. The finally array looks like 12, 11, 12, 22, 25, and 64. Now let's the fourth pass. In the first three elements, that is element at 0 index, first index, and second index are in sorted order, which means 11, 12, and 23 are in sorted order. Now, next, taking those two elements, 25 and 64, the minimum element is 25. It is in the current element, which is in the same position. There is no option to be sorted because 25 is 64 is greater than 25. So the array remains unchanged at this step. Now let's go to the final pass. The final now 11, 12, 22, and 25 in sorted order. Now the last final element is 64, which is the minimum element and the current element to do. It is the last element, so no future action is needed. So the final sorted array will be The final sort 11, 12, 12, 22, 25, 64. Now the conclusion. Selection sort is an easy to understand algorithm suitable for small data sets. Its complexity is big of n square, making it inefficient for large arrays. Despite its limitations, it serves as an excellent educational tool for learning sorting concepts. Selection sort is we can use selection sort only till the small array elements. In which array which is very small we can use. If we take larger arrays which contains elements more than 20 or like that, which is difficult to do the selection sort. So that is the drawback of the selection sort. Hence, this presentation provides a clear overview of selection sort, its methodology, and a practical example to illustrate how it works. Thank you, sir. This is presented by Ashmita.